And I'm just motivated by competition, and anytime that somebody tells me I can't do something, you better believe that I'm going to go out and I'm going to do it.
Because to me, I'm just, a guy who goes out there, plays football, comes home to my wife and daughter, and just, away from the field, I'm just an average guy.
Hi, I'm Rob Blackman. Welcome to Sports Club. He was one of the boys of summer.
Went down on 5th Street there, my hometown of Anderson, and here's this sweet little girl up on the porch, and the bells kind of started ringing, and so I started dating Betty.
Betty was a freshman and Carl was a sophomore. They dated through high school, and once Carl signed a pro baseball contract in 1947, they were married. That pro contract came by way of a Brooklyn Dodgers bird dog scout by the name of Stanley Fiesel, who traveled the 30 miles from Indianapolis to Anderson to take a look at a high school prospect with a rifle arm.
He would come over and scout me and my catcher buddy, Jack Rector. They would scout us and then send us to Brooklyn to work out after we graduated.
Carl signed with the Brooklyn Ball Club in 1947. He played winter ball in Havana and was there. On occasion, Erskine used his repertoire of pitches to make baseball history. On June 19, 1952, Carl no-hit the Chicago Cubs at Ebbets Field. He allowed one walk while only facing 28 batters.
The Cubs no-hitter was interrupted by 45 minutes of rain, and I had to re-warm up and come back out.
The right-hander's most treasured no-hitter came in a 1956 game against crosstown arch-rivals, the Giants. His motivation came via a quote in the newspaper.
Tom Sheehan, Giant chief scout, said the Dodgers.
He always had a good curveball, but he had a great curveball that day, and he mixed his pitches up.
Mantle stands in for the 2-2 pitch. Erskine's already struck out the Yankee home run hitter 3 times today. And the pitch. Mantle swings. Strike 3. 4 times up and 4 strikeouts. Can you believe it?
Stengel was just going out of his mind over on the Yankee bench. He would come clear out of the bench after the couple of times at bat. He'd come clear out of the dugout and yell at Mantle, lay off of that bad pitch.
Every season.
Fortunately, we had enough yellow flags that I got pretty good at it by the time the end of the race came around.
Gary Bettenhausen would make his family proud this day. In his 12th start of the Brickyard, he finished the race for the first time. Gary started the race in the 11th row. He finished in 3rd place.
Gary never gives up, and I guess if you gave him a car today, if we had one ready, he'd be out there trying to qualify to Indy this year.
Win or lose, Gary Bettenhausen never turned his back on a loyal fan.
He'd still be signing autographs after.
Because as you're going straight at 180 mile an hour, all you see is grandstand straight ahead of you, and then you've got to make this corner that is invisible until you actually get to the corner. And
I thought when the yellow came on that early in the race, I hope it's not Merle. Got there and saw that it was him.
Coming out of turn 2, Merle's car careened into the wall. While in a skid, he tried to get out of the cockpit. Then the car slammed into the wall once again. Flames filled the cockpit. Rescue crews swarmed and pulled him to safety. Doctors told his relieved family that he was alive, but he lost his right arm.
Merle's horribly burned. He loses his arm. He makes a comeback in a midget, and it's probably better with one arm. And I mean, I don't care what you say. That's a hell of an accomplishment to do what he did.